to episode 31 of my Yarny Corner. My name's Alex and I live in Yorkshire in the UK, and this is a podcast all about knitting and crocheting and sewing now as well. I hope you're all okay. I hope you've had a lovely crafty 2 weeks. Today is Thursday the 21st of April and it's about 9:30 in the morning, so I've got on really quickly this morning with the podcast. Dropped Finn off at school. He's back at school this week, so I dropped him off, came home and got straight on, so I'm quite proud of myself this morning. I'm on the ball. I'll leave all the information about where you can find me in the description box below, and anything that I talk about will be linked in the description box below as well. I do have a Ravelry page. I'm on Instagram. There is an email address for the podcast. There is a Ko-fi account for the podcast, and there is a Facebook group. I'm not as active in the Facebook group as I would like, but I am getting better slowly. I'm remembering to post in there a little bit more often than usual. So, how are we all doing? Have you had a nice 2 weeks? I hope you all had a lovely, lovely Easter. We had a really, really quiet Easter. It was just nice. Luckily, the children didn't get too much chocolate, which was good. But yeah, it was lovely. The camera keeps going out of focus. I think it's when I move back, you know. I think that's what it is. I'll try and sit forward a little bit. I'll pull you towards me. That might be easier. Move the camera rather than sitting like that. So I've got a few things to talk about today. We have 4 finished objects. We don't have any works in progress. There is a work in progress on the go, but it's the Alina shawl and I haven't worked on it over the past 2 weeks. It's been a bit... Do anybody else ever do this? I sort of had my plans after the last podcast of what I was going to be working on, and that went totally out of the window. I've cast on 2 new projects that I had no intentions of doing and finished them. So the poor Alina shawl has had no work whatsoever. So I will rectify that over the next couple of weeks. So there is no works in progress to talk about. But I did want to, I've got a few patterns that I want to cast on this week. So I'm going to go through those with you and show you those as well. So let's get on with the knitting. So first of all, I have my Diagon Alley socks. You saw these last time. I had 1 finished last time. The second sock's taken obviously a couple of weeks to finish, but I absolutely love these socks. I'd seen these on Davina's podcast initially. She was showing them. Now, they are a free pattern on Ravelry, and they really shouldn't be a free pattern. It is a fantastic pattern, and I can't believe it's not a paid-for pattern. These were my first pattern socks that I've made. You all know I only make vanilla socks, but Davina had said they're a really good sock to start with if you've never made a pattern sock before. So I took the plunge, I took Davina's advice, and I made these. I know Abbie from Blue Heart Creates has also made them, and hers are just as gorgeous as Davina's were. So I took inspiration from 2 of my favourite YouTubers and made these. So, like I said, it's a free pattern on Ravelry. It's a little bit hard to show you the pattern because I've chosen such a busy yarn, but there is, can you see here, there's an eyelet row that goes down the front, and there is a right sock and a left sock. So on the other sock, let me see if I can show you, the diagonal line goes the other way. So there we go. And you see, that way, or that way, depending on how you want it. So this bit here, you've got a 1x1 ribbon at the top, and then you're going into a broken rib, and you've got this beautiful eyelet detail and then stocking stitch on the other side. It's just such a fab pattern. There is a chart for the pattern and there are written instructions as well, so it's really, really super helpful. I used the chart and I had absolutely no problem with the chart. The pattern comes with the heel flap and gusset. Now, you all know that's not my favourite heel. It just doesn't seem to fit me very well. And I did the Fish Lips Kiss heel for quite a while. I think about a year I was doing the Fish Lips Kiss heel. And then I came across the Shadow Wrap heel, and it's just my favourite heel. I've got it totally memorised now. I don't have to look at a pattern for it, and it's just brilliant. So I had no problem whatsoever changing the heel for the socks. It was really easy to do. So if you, like me, you don't like the heel flap and gusset either, and you prefer a different type of heel, it'd be really, really easy to put a different heel into this pattern. But yeah, they're just gorgeous. I really, really like them. Obviously, they're not shorty socks. I made them a little bit longer. I think I did 40 rounds for the leg on these, and then I did whatever the pattern said for the foot, and they're the perfect fit. So I'm really, really pleased with those. Finished object number 1. Now, finished object number 2. There's a little bit of a story for this one. Now, over the weekend, we had the Easter weekend this weekend, and I'd finished one of my projects and I didn't want to cast anything else on straight away. Now, I had some yarn upstairs. I don't have a picture of the original colour of the yarn, but it had been in stash for well over a year. I had 2 types of yarn. This one was an Aran weight yarn, and it was kind of like really pale blues and then like neon yellow and green, and it had been in stash for so long, and my colour choices have changed quite a lot since I bought that yarn. So I thought, it's just sat there, it's not getting used. So I decided to have a little bit of a morning just over dyeing some yarn. So I've used it all. I can't even show you it. But I need to get the pattern for this. Just one second. Not very organised, realising I don't have the pattern with me. So what was I saying? So yeah, I decided to have a little bit of a morning over dyeing some yarn that I wasn't going to use. So the first one was this Aran weight yarn. Now, I just love it. I just love it so much. I'll put a picture on the screen of what it looked like when I dyed it. But this is it. Now, this is the Rock Cap. I don't know who it's by. It doesn't say. It doesn't actually say. Now, this is a free pattern on Ravelry. I'll show you. Yeah. Can you see that? Now, it uses Aran weight yarn. I didn't stick to the pattern completely because that is quite a slouchy hat. You see, and with it being Aran weight, I just wanted it a bit more snug. So this is it. Let me unfold the brim. I absolutely love the yarn now. I couldn't wait to cast on with it. So it's basically moss stitch all the way through. I'm not going to put a bobble on the top. I like it as it is, but I'll put it on and show you. If I can get it on right. You see, isn't it gorgeous? It's the perfect fit. I cast on the right number of stitches. The pattern did ask for quite a lot of rounds for the hat. I just did it to 7.5 inches and then started the crown decreases. I didn't do the rib as big either. I did my rib 4.5 inches because I don't like it too big. If I've got a hat on, I find the ribs really, really big. It pulls the hat off my head as the time goes on. So I like it sort of 4 inches, and that's sort of that. What's going on with my hair here? But yeah, so yeah, that is the hat. Isn't it gorgeous? It was super, super quick to make. Oh, sort my hair back out. I think I started this on Monday and finished it yesterday. So really, really quick to make. Just a sort of quick 24-hour project, but I just love how the yarn has gone like that. So this started off, like I say, it was kind of like a really bright green. It had yellow and blue. It was in sections, so it would have been like, it would have probably pulled, to be honest, because it wasn't, you wouldn't have got micro striping out of the yarn. It would have probably pulled. But it was really bright, and although I love the colours, when I bought it, they're not really so much my colours now. So I thought, I'm just going to over dye it, then I can use the yarn. And all I did was pour purple over the top, and it gave it a really, really nice effect. So I do love it. I did toy with the idea of putting a really deep purple pom-pom on, but I don't think I will. I think I'm going to leave it as it is. So I now have another winter hat. So that is my second finished object. The third finished object, you all know last time I've been working on the flax light, and I've been working on it for quite a while. Well, a good month or maybe 2 months I've been working on that. And obviously it was a flax light, so it was fingering weight yarn. And I was planning on fading the colours together, but I'm working away and working away. It was last Wednesday, and I just thought just wasn't feeling it at all. I knew I wanted to make a flax, but it was taking so long with the 4-ply yarn, and I wasn't feeling how the colours were coming together. I think I would have preferred it to stripe. So I just thought, all this time I've been working on this, and I knew I was going to pull it out. So rather than carry on, I decided to pull it out, save my yarn, which I did manage to save, and pull it out. And I was kind of really disappointed then, because I do really want the flax. So I thought, well, how about we cast on the actual flax rather than the flax light. Now, the flax is an Aran weight project, and I didn't have any Aran weight yarn, but I did have quite a bit of Aldi DK. So this is the So Crafty yarn, and it's DK. Now, what's the colourway on here? Does it even say the colourway? Tan. So I used tan. I bought these last year when Aldi had the yarn on, and I bought it was 3 packs for $3.99, and I bought a pack had 4 balls of yarn in it for $3.99, and I bought 3 packs. So I've got tan, cocoa. The purpose to save the yarn labels. And tan, cocoa and clotted cream. So they're the 3 colours that I had. So I thought, well, I'm just going to do a test swatch and see how far off my yarn is. So I did a gauge swatch. I did go up a needle size. I thought if the gauge swatch is too small, I will just make the bigger size and it should be fine. As it turned out, I got gauge completely. It was perfectly fine. Width-wise, I didn't get gauge height-wise, but that's okay. I can just add more rows. So I thought, I'm just going to go for it. And I did. And I started this last Wednesday and I finished it on Sunday. I got totally embroiled in this project. Completely and utterly. And it's all I knit on. I didn't do anything else. And I just had such a blast. So I'll put it on to show you. Hang on. Ta-da! So this is it. Isn't it lovely? So I'm calling this my October sweater. And it's a free pattern on Ravelry. I think everybody knows about the flax. I did the arms slightly shorter just because I don't like them too long. Now what I did was 30 rounds per section of the stripes, and it worked out really well. If you can see, I can't stand up anymore. Hang on. There we go. It comes just to there. So it worked out really well. And initially I was going to do the cream, the orange and the brown and then go back to the cream. But I really like the effect of just having the colour block in the middle surrounded by the cream on the outside. I absolutely love it. I am so pleased I've made it. Obviously I didn't put the garter band down the sleeves. If I was doing it in one colour, I think I probably would have done. But because I was striping it, I thought, no, I'm going to have to take it off. I'm really warm. Hang on. It's so warm today. So, yeah, I did leave off the garter band. But I thought I did really well because I used double knit and it was an Aran weight pattern. It's the first time I've ever done that. And I was a bit nervous about it, but it worked out perfectly. And this yarn it's so soft and drapey. Because I use the bigger needles as well, it's really drapey, but it is super soft. Obviously, it's 100% acrylic, so it can go in the washing machine and it's fine. So, yeah, that is that. I am so pleased with it. So, I'm calling it my October sweater because of the colours. But, yeah. I've actually done 2 sweaters now this year. You can't really count the Salem sweater because that was almost finished anyway, but I'm still going to count it. So I'm quite impressed with myself. Finished object number 3. So we do have one more. You all know, if you follow me on Instagram, you all know that I have ventured into sewing and I really wanted to try and make a garment. So Tilly and the Buttons came out with the Erin Dungaree pattern. Now, I was really nervous about this and I thought it was way too out of what I can do, you know. But I gave it a go and I thought, well, I'm not going to learn anything until I start trying, and that's just what I need to do. So the tutorial came out on the Friday after the last podcast. I'd bought my material and I'd prepped it all, I'd cut it all out, and I was all ready for the tutorial. And I did the first part of the tutorial, but then I just carried on. I didn't actually stop. I don't know how many parts there were to the tutorial, but I did finish them because I was just so enjoying making them. Now, the problems that I had, there were a few. I put a picture on the screen of me wearing them. I had no problems whatsoever with the actual putting them together. The pattern was fantastic. It was really easy. I didn't struggle with anything. So for a beginner pattern, it was perfect. There was nothing that I got stuck on. I knew there was going to be a sizing issue. I was in between 3 sizes. My smallest size were my hips, but my biggest size were my bust. So experience has already taught me a lot. I went for the middle size. I wasn't sure how much positive ease there was on the pattern. I'd hunted and hunted through the pattern book and I couldn't find the finished garment sizes. Once I'd cut all the pattern pieces out and I'd got halfway through sewing, I did find the finished garment sizes and they were on the website. I couldn't find them in my book. So at that point I knew I'd made the wrong size. These are far, far too big for me. There is a lot of positive ease. They're a really relaxed fit. Now, these are them. These are the ties. You just tie these at the top when you're wearing them. I do love them. I really love them. And they're super, super cosy. I'll definitely wear them around the house and in the garden and that kind of thing in the summer because they're so light and airy. It's absolutely, you know, there's no way I'm going to get too warm. But like I say, they're far too big. So because the dungarees, I'm going to make the pattern again. What I will do is I'll make the size 4 and go down completely. Looking at it, now I've got a little bit of experience. They're only dungarees, so why I was trying to get it to fit my bust measurement, I don't know, because they're only dungarees. That bit really didn't matter, but they are so big on the waist. I could get 2 of me. You can see. That's my waist there. Can you see? Right there. That's how much extra there is. And like I say, they are designed to be a relaxed fit as well, but I did make the wrong size. But on the plus side, I learned a lot. Now, this is the bit that I thought I'd struggle with going around these corners. And sorry about my squeaky chair. I thought I did that okay. It's got an interfacing in here as well. And I did all that okay. All my stitching's all right, I think. Round the legs. This bit I was really, really worried about. But I've got absolutely no puckering whatsoever on the legs. The legs are the same size, which was the other thing I was worried about. I thought, oh my God, I'm going to have one leg shorter than the other. The only pucker I've got is here. And you really can't really see. It's just on there. But that's the only pucker that I've got in the whole dungarees. So I think I did all right. All the pattern pieces are the right way. I haven't got any that are upside down. So I think I did really, really well. So I'll definitely, honestly, the pattern was fantastic. I'll definitely be doing more from Tilly and the buttons. It explained everything so, so well. The tutorial was really good, but it came with a booklet as well, which had loads of pictures and there was nothing that I got stuck on. So yeah, these tassels were a nightmare. Oh, let me just let the cat out. Yeah, these tassels I found really difficult. You sort of stitch them together, then I had to turn them right side out. That was really hard. But other than that, I didn't really struggle. I'll definitely make them again. I didn't put the pockets on. It should have had seam pockets on here, which I didn't do because I didn't want to complicate things and confuse myself. But yeah. So I can still wear them. I can still wear them around the garden, but I can't wear them. That's Danny's chair squeaking. Danny's sat right there. He's on the PlayStation. Yeah, I can wear them around the garden, but I certainly can't wear them out, they're too big, but I do love, that's the back, this is the front. Because the front has got, oh no, that was the front. The front has got like a princess bib thing on it. You can't really see. I'll make them again. What I'll do next time is I'd like to make the top stitching, because I matched it to the material, the cotton that I used. I'd like it to be more visible so you can actually see the top stitching design on it. And I'd like a little pocket on the front as well. So next time I make them, I'm going to put a pocket on the front and make sure you can see the top stitching. And yeah, so I do absolutely love them. There were options for the tops as well, but I can't remember what the other option was. I just went for the easy tie option. But yeah, if only they fit, it'd be great. And I could wear them out and just love them. But never mind. So that is my last finished object. So it's been quite a busy 2 weeks, really. I've had an absolute blast with all my crafts this past couple of weeks. So no works in progress apart from the Alina shawl, which I've already talked about. I do have quite a few things that I want to cast on. I'm saying quite a few. How many have I got? Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4 things that I want to cast on. So I wanted to talk to you about that and show you what the plans are over the next couple of weeks. So my first one I want to cast on. I've had this pattern for quite some time. You've all seen this. You all know Stephen West. It's the Vertices Unite. Now, I've had it a while and I did start it and then I wasn't really in the mood for it, so I stopped. I've got a number of skeins that are single skeins, which would be perfect for this shawl. So that is plan number 1. I'm not sure what yarn I'm going to use yet, but like I say, I do have a few that I think would work. One of them being the yarn down here, which I'll talk about in a minute. So yeah, I really want to get that cast on. I don't think I'm going to do it today. I want to cast on some socks today. Shall I show you them? Where are they? Now, I found these on Ravelry. These are a free pattern, or they were the other day when I looked at them on Ravelry. And they're called the Old Sweatshirt Socks. Oh, and I just love them. Love them. I'll show you the picture. Can you see that? Aren't they just gorgeous? I really want to cast these on, and I'm casting these on today. My problem is I'm not sure what yarn I'm going to use. The design, it says, my first design, page socks, I made rib socks as a bonus sock. These socks are loose socks that you can relax without tightening your legs. The socks that make you want to spend time together like old sweatshirts. So I really, really want to cast these on today, but I have a problem. I don't know what yarn to use. So let me grab that. The other yarn that I dyed the other day, this initially started, it was like a pale blue and like a gold colour. It was almost like it looked like a beach. And I'd had it for quite some time, but I knew the way it was dyed, it was going to pool. And I thought, I'm going to just get huge sections of yellow or blue. So I didn't use it. Now, it'd been sat there for well over a year, so I re-dyed it, and this is what I came up with. I absolutely love it. So I dyed myself a mini to go with it. So I really want to cast on a pair of socks with this yarn and make some really, really long socks, which is where this pattern comes from. Sorry if you can hear banging upstairs. Everybody's here. Well, I'm saying everybody. Finn's at school. He's gone back to school. Danny's other son, Tyler, is here. He's still on school holidays, so he's here. Josh, obviously, you know, is homeschooled, so he's here. Jake's girlfriend has been staying with us, so she hasn't gone to work yet, so she's here, and everybody's walking around upstairs getting ready. So I'm really sorry if you can hear any banging. Anyway, so I really wanted some really long socks with this, but I also think I could really use it in the Stephen West. I do have other yarn. In fact, I do have other yarn I can use for these. I've just found the perfect yarn. Wait there. I seem to have had a flash of inspiration there. I've just run upstairs and practically brought down my yarn stash. I got this yarn sent from my friend Sue in Canada. Perfect. That's the yarn. That's it. That's the one. So, total flash of inspiration. You see how excited I get about the new cast-ons? Does everybody get as excited as me? I'm ridiculous. I've got all these projects finished this week just so I could have this cast-on couple of days. I want to cast on at least 2 things today and 2 things tomorrow. So that is this. This yarn is Ravenswood Fibre Company. They are based in Canada and it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. I mean, look at that. They are going to make the perfect old sweater socks. So that is them. I'm also going to spend a little bit of time this morning when I finish the podcast getting all my project bags out and putting stuff into project bags ready and then set it all up under the table in the lounge. I do get so excited. Now, let me just put this down a minute. I'm going to come back to that bit. The other socks that I want to cast on are the other socks recommended by Davina. These are not a free pattern. This is a paid for pattern and they're called By the Shawl Socks by Nancy Wheeler. Danny's staring at me, sorry. There we go. So this is those. I'm trying to do it without showing any of the pattern. It is only the glossary page, so you can't actually see the pattern anywhere. But that is those. Now these are just a gorgeous, gorgeous pattern. Now these ones I had earmarked for one of the yarns that Jake got me for Mother's Day. And I think I want to use either this one or this one. These are Stylecraft All Stars. I've shown them on the, I think it was on the vlogs I showed these actually. I don't think I've shown them on the podcast. Now this colourway is, this is Red Pots and this one, I always struggle to find the colourways, Splash. Now there is a picture on how they're knit up. There's that one and that one. I absolutely love that one. It's just my favourite. So I think I'm going to go for this one, you know. Or would it be too busy? See, this one actually might be better. This is more of a fade type one. This colourway is Saltaire, which I love. We have a place called Saltaire just by us. And that knits up like that. So that actually might be better. I don't know. I don't know. I'll decide when I start casting everything on. I have so looked forward to this all week. Last night I was sat and I was so close to finishing my sock. I finished my hat yesterday and the other plan was to finish this sock. Now you set these real ridiculous goals for yourself, don't you? Where you're going to get, I've got to get this done by this time. I don't know why. The only person it's going to affect is me. But I was adamant that sock was going to be finished last night and I was just up till 9:30 finishing it. And I did get it finished and I was so pleased. But I just wanted today to be about, sorry, I've got a candle on. And right behind you I've got a candle on. I'm just going to move it because I've put the sweater right next to the candle. How silly. Goodness. It's acrylic, it won't actually burn, it'll just melt. But yeah, so I'd set myself this ridiculous goal of finishing these socks, but I just wanted to spend today casting on. So that is them. That's my next one I want to do. I really, really like them. And I've seen Davina's and they're beautiful. So 2 pairs of socks to cast on. That is those. Put that down there. Now, I also have the Amiga blankets. So Hannah, who has the Cozy Cottage Crochet podcast, is also a pattern designer and she is an amazing pattern designer. She has brought out this pattern and it's called the Amiga blanket. I got this pattern free because I'm a patron of Hannah's podcast. So I was really, really pleased. I was hoping I was going to buy this pattern anyway. I would have bought it anyway, but it comes in so many sizes and the pattern writing, oh my God, is just brilliant. Let me see if I can show you without giving anything away. It's so clear. It's so well set out. But the thing that I like more than anything is, I can't really show you because it's got the stitch counts on it, but she's got a section and it's called row counter. And because the blanket has so many different sizes, it goes from like pram blanket right up to king size. It goes all the way through. And she's got the row counter, so you can just tick off the row that you're on. And she's highlighted each size on it. So if you're doing like the pram blanket, you just stop at the highlighted section. It's really, really good. I really like that. It's such a nice touch. And on the end of it, she's got all of her socials and where you can contact her and everything. It's just brilliant. It's a really, really well thought out pattern. Obviously, it's crochet. Now, this is done in Aran weight yarn, I believe. Oh yeah, the sizes: preemie, stroller, baby, toddler, lap, throw, twin, full, queen and king. That is a lot of working out. It's worsted weight yarn, so I do have some Aran weight. We don't really use worsted in the UK, we use Aran. So I do have a 400 metre ball of Aran weight yarn, which I'm planning on using. It's the Women's Institute. It's the pink one that I've tried to crochet into so many things and frogged it. It's been frogged 4 times, I think, but it's an acrylic yarn. It's fine being frogged. It'll be absolutely fine. It's currently a half sweater at the moment, so that just needs pulling back, and I'm going to make this. I don't know how big it's going to be. I'm just going to crochet up the 400 metres and then see where I get from there. If I need to buy another one, they've still got them in stock in Hobbycraft, so I can also always buy another one. That's not a problem. So yeah, that is my next cast on that I want to do, and I have one more. So the last one that I want to cast on is a toss-up between 2 patterns. I'm not sure which. Let me just take them out of the sleeves that I've put them in. There's one there. Both free patterns on Ravelry. You can see what I did this weekend. I was just on Ravelry all weekend. So I really, really like this one. This is called the Blue Jean Saturday Asymmetric Shawl. I really, really like this one. 463 yards of fingering weight yarn. So it's a 1 skein project. And look at that. Isn't it beautiful? I'm only debating because it's a 1 skein project. I suppose you could add more pattern repeats to it. My problem is whenever I do a 1 skein shawl, I never wear it because when I have a shawl, I like it to be really big. I tend to wear them more in the autumn with my denim jacket, and I like it to really cover around my neck. So I'm just concerned it's not going to be big enough. Block size 77 inches, which is actually bigger than my crochet shawl that I designed. That was only 59 inches blocked, and that fits fine, so it'll probably be fine. Yeah, okay, I've just answered my own question. So there's that, and then but there is also this one. Now this is DK. Well, that's answered that question because this one's DK. This one's not 4-ply. This is the Sunday Morning Shawl by eSpace. Is it Tricot or Tricot? And this is that one. Isn't that gorgeous? And that's DK, so that's just answered my question. I don't actually have any DK weight yarn, but I do have some coming. My lovely friend is sent me a message yesterday, said, can you use this yarn? I was, yeah. So that'll go into that. So yeah, that is my other 2 projects. Now, the reason I wanted a shawl is I have this bag of Drops Nord. It's quite a big bag of Drops Nord. Now, let me just put these pattern pieces back. I bought that yarn to make the boxy by Hoki Locatelli. I absolutely adore the boxy. I love the look of the boxy, and I started making it, and it was too many stitches for me. The rows were taking a long time. I started with the seamed version, but even so, I need to up my patience. I really need to up my patience. I like to see some progress. And I think it was all in one colour. I just felt like I was getting nowhere with it. So I ended up pulling it out. But I absolutely love this yarn. Now this, like I say, is Drops Nord, and it's an alpaca and wool mix. Let me just try and find out. I can't read it because I don't have my glasses on. Oh, here we go. 45% alpaca, 30% polyamide and 25% wool. I absolutely love this, and I really do want it in a shawl. So that will become the blue jeans shawl in cream. But yeah, so that will be that. I did also toy with the idea of making the Sunday socks in this, but I don't know. If I've got any left, I might make a pair of, like, you know, cozy after the bath, big fluffy bed socks in this. I don't know. So that is that. So now I brought down all my yarn when I went upstairs, so we can discuss the Vertices Unite. So we've decided that I'm not using this one for the socks. So if we do the Vertices, I'm saying we, if I do the Vertices Unite in all purples, I've got a lot of colours. You see, I'm really going through a purple stage right now. I'm really, really going through a purple stage right now, as you can see. These two are really, really similar. I also have this one. I love this. I got this for my birthday off a lovely, lovely subscriber of the podcast. And I've been saving it for something special. But because it's got, you see, it's got the blues and purples in it, it'd look really nice with one of these colours. In fact, I dyed this one up. No, Danny dyed this one up to match this. I was initially going to make the Rocket Tea with it. So he dyed it to match. But I think it'd be really nice in the Vertices Unite. If I went, that might be a bit bright, mightn't it? Hang on a minute, we've got more options. I could tone it down with one of these. I don't have a lot of yarn in stash at the moment. I've got these, and then I've got a couple of sock sets. And that's it, I think. So that is, how many I've got upstairs? I've probably got another 3. I've got 2 sock sets upstairs and a green skein of yarn. And another bright one. So 1, 2. So I've got 4 upstairs, and that's my stash. I don't have a huge stash because I just like to use my yarn. That's why I don't have a huge stash. I never have done. But what I might do is I might start the Vertices Unite, and I might start it with these 2 colours. Oh, they do seem quite bright, don't they? I could put that into something else. Or I could just go for it and make a really funky shawl. I'll see how it goes. That one looks better. Could start it with that one and then put a purple section in. And then I could get Danny to dye me some of this colour and have a solid colour of that one in. What else have we got in here? Yeah, I'll start it like that. Which ones did I just have up? So them 2 together, because there's a striped one in it. So I could do them 2 together and then put either that one or that one into it. And then get Danny to dye me some of this colourway up. Oh yeah, there's a really deep blue there. I'll get one of those and get a solid one of them. Yeah, I will do that. So I have made such a mess on the floor around me. It is ridiculous. Oh dear. So that is it for all the knitting content. I'm sorry I didn't have many works in progress to show you this week, but hopefully I've entertained you all with my crazy cast on ideas. Yeah, I'm going to spend the next couple of weeks just having fun. Hopefully by the time you see me in 2 weeks' time, I will have cast on some of these projects, unless I go down a totally different road and cast on something completely different, because that wouldn't surprise me either. It just seems to have been the way I've been this past couple of weeks. But I definitely want to cast on the Vertices Unite. I've been wanting to cast that on for so long. It's just, I don't know, I find it really hard sometimes to make decisions. I was on the hashtag for the Vertices Unite on Instagram last night looking at all the colour choices, and there was this beautiful, beautiful one. It was done in really deep reds and browns. It was gorgeous. Now, I'm all about the purple at the moment, but I do really like reds. I have no red in my stash whatsoever. I don't know why. I have a lot of pinks. Obviously, you know, I love pink. But I think my colours are just changing a little bit. So, yeah, I'm going to cast those on over the next couple of days and see how far I get. Yeah, and other than that, we've not really been doing a great deal, I don't think. It's been the Easter holidays. So Finn went back to school on Tuesday, which is really hard because his school is in a different district to where we actually live. So I felt really sorry for him because all the kids from round where we live were all playing out on the street because they're in a different district. They had a different holiday and they were still off school this week. So he had to go out in his uniform and get in the car when all the kids were playing out on the street. It's like, this isn't fair. And I said to him, but you broke up a week early when they were all going to school. You were like, haha, see ya. So I felt really sorry for him, but he settled straight back into it. He had football last night, which you all know he loves football. So he was really pleased to be back playing football after school, which was really, really nice. And yeah, we've had Danny's eldest son Tyler here for a couple of days, which has been lovely. So it's just been really relaxed. We didn't do anything at all. We've just relaxed and chilled out, really. We've had we did the Advents because we had them quite busy with all the Advent dyeing. That's Danny's chair again. We were quite busy with all the Advent dyeing, which did take up a good sort of week and a half, really. But yeah, so just plodding along, just enjoying life. So yeah, that's been about it. I hope you're all okay, and I hope that you all have a lovely crafty 2 weeks. Do leave me a comment and tell me what you're working on. I do like to hear. Do tag me in things on Instagram. I would like to start another make-along. We're in April now. We're going to vlog in June. We're going to do June vlogs. We were going to vlog in May initially, but because we're definitely doing October, if we'd have done... I like to have a month off in between vlogs. It just makes it a little bit easy. Danny's just walking past again. So if we'd have vlogged in May, we'd have ended up vlogging for 2 months solid. So we're going to vlog in June. Now, do I want to tie a make-along into that or do it... I don't know. If you've got anything that you'd like to make, I don't want to do a sock make-along because I'm already taking part in Denise's sock make-along, which I'm really enjoying, and I really don't want to take any spotlight from that whatsoever. She's running a fantastic make-along. So I don't want it to be socks, but I'd really like to do another make-along. We did the shawl along, didn't we, which was lovely. So maybe not a shawl. Something unique. Let me have a think. I did have an idea the other day, but it might be a little bit rubbish, you know. What did I call it? Oh, what did I call it now in my head? What was it? I think it was Inspiration Make-Along. And it was just because I'd cast on the socks that I'd seen off Davina, and then I got the other pattern that I'd seen off Davina. I thought it'd be a really nice thing to tag those people. This might be really rubbish, I may even edit this bit out, because it might just be a bit pants. But I thought it'd be really nice to do a make-along. It doesn't have to be a big project. It can be socks, but it wouldn't be a specific sock make-along. But it'd be really nice if we had, say, a hashtag inspiration make-along, so it could be knitting or crochet or sewing or whatever you want to do, and the only rule would be that you've had to have seen this pattern by somebody else and taken that inspiration. That would be the only rule. So for me, I would have entered the Diagon Alley socks because I got that inspiration from Davina and Abbie at Blue Heart Creates and Davina at Little Workroom Crafts. So yeah, I'm thinking of something like that. I think that was just something a little bit different where you don't have to do a specific thing, but you do have to have had the inspiration from somewhere, and you need to tag that person in it so they can see that they've inspired you to do something. I thought that would be a really, really nice idea. Let me know what you think. If we do that, we could run it What are we in now? April. We could run it for 2 months, maybe. Maybe do May and June. Yeah, what do you think? Should we have a hashtag inspiration make along? I do want to do another one. Yeah, we'll do that. Unless any of you just decide to say, Alex, this is a really rubbish idea, or if somebody else is doing it, I need to check it. I haven't checked it. Somebody else may be doing it. If we don't do it, somebody else is doing it. But I thought that'd be a really, really nice idea. So yeah, you can make anything at all you want. We'll start it on the 1st of... Oh, God, are we doing it? All right, okay, we're actually doing this. So we're going to start this on the 1st of May, okay? And we'll call it the hash... I need to check. Danny, can I borrow your phone a minute? Can I borrow your phone a minute? Will you open it? I want to check a hashtag. Where's your Instagram? Right, let me just check on Danny's phone, make sure this hashtag... I can't use my phone because I'm using it. Right. Hashtag. I can't spell. Right, there's no hashtags. Okay, so I'll put the hashtag on the screen. It is the hashtag inspiration make along. This will start on the 1st of May. There you go, sweetheart. And it will run until May, June, July. Do you know what? Should we just run it until September? Yeah, we'll run it until the end of September, and that way if you want to make a sweater or anything like that, you can do that. So from the 1st of May to the 31st of September, we'll run it till then, and it is the hashtag inspiration make along. The only rule will be that you have to have... It can't be a pattern that you've seen in a shop yourself or you've seen on Ravelry yourself. It has to be inspired by seeing somebody else's version of it. Yeah, we will do that. I'll mention it on Instagram later. Make this a bit more cohesive. But yeah, I think that's a really nice idea. And you have to tag the person in the post that inspired you to make it. What do you think? Do you think that's okay? If any of you really hate it, just tell me in the comments. I don't mind, I can take it and we'll think of something else. But I just thought it'd be really nice and something a little bit different. So that is it. I have waffled on for nearly 50 minutes. Hopefully I can shorten that in editing. But I hope that you're all okay, and I hope that you just have a lovely, lovely crafty 2 weeks. And you get lots of crafting done, whether it's learning something new or just picking up an old work in progress. Just enjoy the crafting time, and I will see you in 2 weeks, everybody. Bye-bye.